Hello everyone, this is EB the Original Master here, and welcome to the first out of 3 videos that I'm going to make about the Cartoon Network show, the Powerpuff Girls. It's because that I have been binging the series this year for the first time, and I am pretty much almost finished binging the show as of November 11th. I only have 2 more episodes to watch of the series, and then I'll be finished binging the whole show. But this first video that I want to make is regarding to Cartoon Network tweets that I've been noticing on Twitter, taking characters from one of their shows and designing the characters off of another show based off of their style. And the one in particular that people are freaking out the most about is in the style of the Powerpuff Girls. And if you guys are aware that the show has a unique art style, and the style that they've always been going with in these particular tweets is the designs of the 3 main characters, being Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. And people are freaking out about it, and I want to explain the reasons why these tweets are the way they are, and it's not anything new. So if you guys are aware that lots of Cartoon Networks or TV channels out there, whether it's Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network or whatever, have been making tweets where they've taken characters from other shows and designing them off of the style off of another show. And they've been doing that for years, and I haven't been seeing that much complaints about it from Nickelodeon's point of view. But regarding to Cartoon Network in particular, the Powerpuff Girls style is the one that people are freaking out the most, is because that they're saying that, oh, why are the designs based off of the girls? Why aren't they designed based off of the other characters? And the reason why it's based off of the main characters, the main girl characters, is because that's the centered characters of the Powerpuff Girls. When you think of the Powerpuff Girls, you think of the centered characters being Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. That's why the design is based off of them and not the other characters like Professor Utonium, the Mayor, Miss Bellum, Miss Keen. They're not designed off of those characters because they're not the centered ones. And to be honest, I do like the designs of the characters outside of the girls of the series, but that's why the Powerpuff Girls are designed based off of them, is because that's the style of the show. And then I've been seeing replies like, oh, there was a trend that was going on back in the 2010s where people were making like Powerpuff Girls styles of their OCs. But you have to understand that was back at a time where I knew nothing about the Powerpuff Girls. And in the 2010s, I really didn't care about the series, just because that I wasn't into other things at the time besides Mario and SpongeBob. That's all I cared about in the 2010s. But when the 2020s came along, as of 2021 and 2022, I have been invested into other things like Kirby, Jurassic Park, the Powerpuff Girls, and now I am watching those shows and playing those video games for the first time, and I have been enjoying those things. So even though I wasn't aware about the whole Powerpuff Girls Avatar style OC things back in the 2010s, I still think it's rather stupid to be even complaining that the fact that these designs are based off of the main girl characters for the Powerpuff Girls styles regarding to these types of tweets. So I don't understand why people were even complaining in the first place. I mean, I think that was the main purpose of those tweets, is because that is supposed to be uncanny, it's supposed to be weird looking. And then another argument that I've always been seeing is that, oh, Cartoon Network doesn't know the style of their shows. And I think that's a really dumb statement, is because that I think they are aware that they do know the style of their characters, is because they're the ones who develop those shows. But this is a tweet on Twitter. It's supposed to be uncanny, it's supposed to be cursed, and I don't think they were supposed to meant to be taken seriously, is because that they're supposed to be joke tweets. Of course, they're not going to look like the styles of their shows, because they're not actually producing the show. They're just making a tweet for their Twitter account, and it's all supposed to be fun and games and not meant to be taken seriously. So I don't know why these people on Twitter are freaking out that the fact that the Powerpuff Girls style is based off of the girls and not the other characters. And I think that's the main purpose, is because it's supposed to be based off of the main characters. And that's why the styles look the way they do. And then earlier this morning, I've noticed another tweet that one of my I'm not going to say one of mine, because that they didn't follow me back, but I did follow this one particular account. I think it was called Hanna-Barbera Clips out there on Twitter. Yeah, there's a Twitter account out there called Hanna-Barbera Clips, where this person basically tweets about Hanna-Barbera shows, and one of them retweeted another one of Cartoon Network's tweets about taking a character from a show and designing them based off of the style of another show, and that person stated, "Is it worth complaining about the Powerpuff Girl style anymore? And it's getting old, to be honest." And I have to agree with them 100%. Is because that it is getting old. It's because why even bother? Why even complain in the first place? Like, is it really rubbing you guys that badly that, oh my god, this looks abysmal? Why are you designing the styles based off of the girls and not the other characters in the series? And honestly, it's not really worth getting your pants in knots, is because that, like I've said earlier, it's meant for a joke. It's not meant to be taken seriously. So why are you even freaking out in the first place? Like, I don't understand what our people's deal is, and I think they should have never complained about it in the first place. It's all meant for a joke. It's all meant for uncanniness, and that was the purpose of it. All right. So that's all I have to say for this video. I know it's going on to 6 minutes, and it seems like I'm rambling a lot here, but I just wanted to make myself clear that the whole purpose of these tweets is for it to be uncanny, to be cursed, and it's all supposed to be for fun and games. Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, whatever these networks are, they are aware of their shows, because they're the ones who produce those shows. And because that these are tweets and not actual productions of their shows, of course they're going to make it uncanny and cursed. It's because that's what they were going for. And that's what I think. I think that's what it is too, is because I'm not sure. I'm not aware of why they look uncanny. Is because I don't work for Nickelodeon. I don't work for Cartoon Network. I don't run the social media accounts. So I honestly don't know why these tweets are a thing. But that's so I made the conclusion that the purpose of these tweets is because that they're supposed to be uncanny and cursed. Okay? So that's all I have to say for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the other 2 Powerpuff Girls related videos that I have in mind later this month and in December. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with those other 2 videos coming out in the future.